Juba's high score challenge on this cloudy and overcast, dreary Jubilee weekend. And the game is Road Fighter in the arcade by Konami, 1984. Basically, it's got a bit of a cold, so going to be even more bunged up than usual, but well enough to do a full commentary on this run here. Today's the first time I've seen some daylight properly in the last few days as well. I've mostly been in bed, although I did put this run together a few days ago, which I was quite pleased with. But anyway, on to the game. Yeah, Road Fighter, it's like a arcade style sort of racer. You've got to get to the finish line and beat all your opponents, and there's a time limit in the sense that you've got a fuel tank which runs out steadily. You want to be making the full use of that by going at a fair speed throughout. If you crash, then you lose fuel, and also you lose fuel if you're just parked there as well, which isn't quite realistic, but it makes the arcade game more fun. So, stage 1 done. Yeah, there's 40 cars got to sort of try and beat. Though in this particular challenge, yeah, we're just looking at points really. So it's like finishing higher in the races, sort of secondary really. All sorts of little bonuses. There's like some kind of I never quite saw it. I always drove past it too fast. Some kind of bear thing, which you get 3,000 points for driving past. And if you don't crash as well, and I think it's if you're making fair pace, then you get little fly past by sort of jets and sort of Superman, although it's got KO, so it's Konami Man, I guess. Some not nice bonus points in the train here as well. All very nice. The other big thing to mention, just briefly, those kind of like multicoloured cars. They give you extra fuel, and you don't want to miss any one of them, because each time you pick one up, the score accumulates and sort of doubles each time until you get sort of 10,000 for each pickup. So certainly, sort of, I don't want to miss that. And that's the second stage. So yeah, you get your bonus at the end for your ranking how many cars you passed. Okay, there's different types of cars. You get your cars which just sit there in the lanes, like that one, that yellow one. They sort of just move around them. And you get those red ones which just move one lane across to try and get in your way. You get other ones which we sort of start to see in this level, which sort of move more than once. So you got to sort of like try and sort of like anticipate them and sort of like dodge past them at the right time. You got your usual sort of hazards as well, like oil on the road and sort of water puddles and things. So there's plenty of dodging to do, and when you're going at a fast pace as well, it's you really need to be on your toes really. Yeah, I mean, I found what worked was I would just try and remember where some of the more sort of tricky oil slicks and sort of like difficult vehicles are hard to pass, because the cars and stuff come in sort of like similar patterns on each level, so you can kind of predict where some tricky spots are going to be. Yeah, I don't really remember playing this in the arcade. It might have just been sort of slightly before my time, maybe. I have, however, seen it about. I've got this dodgy cartridge on the Game Boy Advance, which has got like 50 odd NES games on it, and they've got a version of this on it. So I've sort of played it like a few times on there. Never really given it a full try out before though, so like a fairly new experience. It's a bit of a crash there. I did enjoy this game, but it is very much a love-hate thing, because when you're just like flying along and you're passing all the cars, racking up like shitloads of points, then it's kind of like, yeah, it's great, yeah, no worries. But then you just get a crash out of the blue, and it's like, fuck. And a couple of crashes can, like with most games, a couple of crashes can just like derail your run, and like it can be game over. But sort of particularly frustrating in some instances. So, I mean, after this run, which I'm posting here, I mean, I was hoping to improve on it, but I didn't quite get close enough to it again, and I did seriously get frustrated at times. I'm posting this as well. Like I'm doing this commentary, Sunday morning. Just earlier on today, I was giving it a go, and I've posted another video where I just had this really annoying crash where it was just like I just kept bouncing between two other cars, which had crashed, and it used up all my fuel. I mean that was early on in the race, so it could have been worse, but I think that just typified really like where I got to frustration wise, and it was a clear sign to me to sort of like just like call it and just like, yeah, stick with this run. I've got to unwind for the rest of the day now, yeah, and just after being ill for the last few days, like I just want to sort of just chill with some other stuff as well. So but yeah, on to the last level there. I mean, it kind of like it gets gradually more difficult, but nothing too serious. What I found scuppered me is like if you have kind of like a bad run or like a not so fast run on one stage, then it affects how much fuel you get for the next. So if you have a bit of like a slow stage 4, then you might only get sort of half to 3/4 of a tank on stage 5, and so if you got like half a tank, then you're pretty much screwed, unless you do a perfect run, which like is highly unlikely, really. Yeah, it's I mean, slow and steady kind of wins the race, but whilst I was trying to be cautious, that was still affecting my times to the extent that it was affecting my fuel capacity for the next stage, which fucked me over. So in a way, there was a good balance there between playing it safe, not crashing, which is like disastrous, particularly with the bonuses, because you lose your bonuses on the coloured car pickups. But also, like, you do need to be going fast enough to, sort of like keep your keep your fuel tank and stuff. So it is a good challenge. Yeah, last stage is like a few of the oil spills and things, but sort of stayed fairly central. Dodged them easy enough. And that's a loop complete. So yeah, very, very pleased with that. I think I've run just previous to this, I stopped just shy of the goal after missing a fuel car pickup, but yeah, made it that time. Great. Champ. No. Now, next race. So that loop's over. The cars, they have like a different sort of like pattern. So it's kind of like can't just like remember the same bits like in the first loop. Bit lucky there. Yeah, wasn't entirely sure what to be expecting on this. Yeah, that wasn't great there, and the colour car has disappeared off screen as well, which is bad because I lose my bonus, and of course no fuel. So not too quick there, but still pleased at this stage for like doing just doing the first loop really. Yeah, I can't really remember what happens in this bit. Yeah, this is the kind of game where if you... yeah, it's nasty. If you do have a crash or like a skid, and it's just like... you just feel yourself tense up and just like, come on. Which is like one of the appeals of the games really, like you get the like you get the thrill and exhilaration of going full pelt and whizzing past everything, and then the regret and the frustration when you sort of spin out or crash into something. No. I mean, yeah, it's a bit unlucky there. Well, I'm not unlucky, I just flew straight into the oil patch and screwed, but that's the way it goes. Okay, so that's my run. So second loop, second stage is high score of 274,290. Beep beep.